How y'all doing? And welcome back to another episode of Koolaidria's Cooking, and that's cooking with a K. So for today's episode, we're making General Tso's chicken, okay? So I already have my chicken cut up into cubes. Now we're going to go over to the sink, and we're going to wash our hands, and we're going to wash our chicken, okay? So I will be back when my hands is washed and the chicken is washed. If you don't know how to wash chicken, well, what are you doing with your life if you don't know how to wash the chicken? I ain't gonna show you how to wash no chicken. I know how to wash some chicken. So I'll be back when the chicken is all washed and ready to cook.
Some meatloaf, damn, you know how good that tastes. And you know what's up, you never miss a thing. Koolaidria's cooking show. And that's cooking
Now
with the
that
K.
chicken is all clean, what we're going to cubes and all that snaps and third, we're going to get an egg wash going here. So I got 2 eggs in there. Now I'm going to add 1 more egg, and if we need it more later, we will add it, which we will now. This is what y'all can see right here. Back up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to scramble it. Did I say scramble? I meant mix. We're gonna mix it, okay? Get the shirt looking right. I mean dress, okay? Mix. Now we're going to add salt, sugar, and cornstarch. Okay, here goes the salt. Adding it in there. Sugar. That's enough. Add too much. Now we're going to add white pepper. They ain't have white pepper at the store, but they have black and white pepper. So I got what I could get. Now we're gonna get the 1 cup of cornstarch after we put the chicken in. So we're gonna put the chicken in right now. We're first gonna drain this water that's still in here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lid on and shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your chicken thighs. Shake your chicken thighs. Now we're gonna add a cup of cornstarch, a little bit at a time. So this is like literally all the cornstarch I have. It's not even like a cup. It's more like 3/4, as you can see. But we're going to use it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit over the top. That's a little bit. Shake, a little bit shake. Until it's all in there. Voila. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to season our food, okay? So we are going to add more stuff to this later on. It's like the sauce is going to, because the sauce is going to be the seasoning. Because all the seasonings are going to be in the sauce. So we're doing like a general, this is general seasoning just to season the chicken. So, because everybody does season their chicken. You don't season your chicken, what are you doing? But we're going to season the sauce, and then when you mix in the sauce, all that seasoning is going to be in the sauce, and then the sauce is going to be on here. But you know, it's a Chinese dish. It's a Chinese dish. So, you know, Chinese people ain't black, but I'm black, so. Garlic powder. Adobo. Don't forget, heat up your oil and thyme leaves. I don't want to add too many seasonings. But if you want to go ahead, you can add some onion powder right now, some Lorry seasoned salt. You already have black pepper in there. You already got salt in there and stuff, but you know. Okay, so now we just top on it and mix it. But I'm gonna add some more garlic powder because I like garlic powder. And some more adobo. Now it's starting to smell like some chicken thighs. But we ain't making chicken thighs. Okay, so now what you can do right now is you can switch it to flour and mix it in there. But I'm afraid to do that because all of this egg. But you don't gotta do that because if you don't got flour and you just use egg, that's good. But if you want to do both, y'all can. I was, but I'm afraid to do it now because of all this liquid, and I don't feel like making a mess in my house. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to fry it up. Wait for the oil to get hot. I'm gonna fry it up. So come with me. Come along. So now it's ready to be in there. I actually went off camera and put a little bit of them in flour, and that worked. So, cause I was like, it's not heating up. Oh my god. So I put them in. I tried one test one. It didn't really heat up that much. But I put some in flour, and I tested that batch. And then I'm gonna do a batch without the flour, so I can compare and contrast which one is better and which one is worse. Okay. So I'm gonna put all of them in there. So let's go. All the flour ones. Cause you really can't see them when they're in here. They're so covered. The reason that you can't see it, but it's turning white. The reason that it is turning white is because some of the flour is getting in there. So yeah, I'm gonna let that cook, and then I'm gonna put it aside, and I'll be back when it's done cooking. Update. I just put one egg one in there, and it's not really coming out like the videos on YouTube. So the flour is definitely a way to go. So if you want to do it, use the flour. It's definitely a way to go. Okay? Like I'm gonna take it out now and check it. Yeah, the flour. You gotta have the flour. That's the thing that we're missing, the flour. So mix them in the flour too. That's good. I'm lucky I tried it because I was not gonna do it, but lucky I did do it. So I can't trust it because it's hot, but this is the result of the flour one when you cook it a little bit longer. And this is the one of just the egg. Okay, you can see they're about the same color. So I would just say, do you, whichever one you want to do you. But I'm gonna do the flour and the egg together. Okay, I'll be back when it's all cooked. So I'm done frying all the chicken, but you're supposed to fry them again. So you're supposed to do a double fry. But I got so much chicken and it took me so long to make that I'm not doing that. I mean, I can, what the hell is that? I don't even know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a lot of oil because we gotta make this sauce and stuff. So I'm gonna get a lot of oil. Not a lot, but I'm gonna get a decent amount of oil. And I'm gonna put the stuff that needs to be in there for the sauce. And then I'm gonna leave the chicken in there longer. And then that will cook it as well, because hotness cooks things. If you did not know that, I hope you knew that. Because if not, you better go back to kindergarten. Hotness cooks things. Why do you think when you touch fire you burn? Because you cooking. Okay. So let's do that, okay? We're supposed to add a little bit, but I don't know how much to add. There we go. That's enough. That was like more than enough oil. So now we gotta wait for it to heat up. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some minced garlic, if I can find it. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. Found it. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna put in some minced garlic. Just like a spoonful, you don't need that much. A level spoonful. See, something like this. Not that, because that's not level. A leveled spoonful. Level it. Like that. Whew. Hot that. And that's burn it down. Now we're going to add green onion. Next, we're going to add dried chilies, which is basically just red pepper, but I don't have that, so we're going to add red pepper flakes because that's what I got. Don't add too much because it doesn't make it hot, spicy, so just add feel like it. That's enough for me because I don't want it spicy, and I need it for something else I'm making. Now we're going to let that cook. And then after we let that cook for a little bit, we're going to continue with the sauce. I had a little trouble with the tripod, so it broke as I told you. So if I put the tripod up, it's not going to see that. And if I put it down, it's going to see me, but okay. So next we're going to do is add a half cup of sugar. A leveled cup. You can just scrape off from the side. Don't need a fork, just scrape off with the side of the thing. We're gonna mix this up, sugar, and we're gonna get ground ginger and put it in. So I'm just gonna pour this in. Stir. Now we're gonna add some chicken broth into it. I just watched the video. I'm going out of order, but I followed the recipe on their website, and it said that this next, so I'm gonna do it. So it said 3 tablespoons. You know how to make it. That's 3? I think that's more than 3. Now we're gonna add some rice vinegar. Not that much, though. Just like 3 tablespoons of each. That would be enough. That's enough. I did not fry them the second time, so we gotta do what we gotta do, okay? Next we're gonna add some soy sauce. As again, 3 tablespoons of each. I'm gonna add sesame oil. And last but not least, peanut oil. That's enough. So I am completely out of cornstarch, and the next ingredient is, hold on, my thread. So I don't have no cornstarch, so we're gonna use flour. Okay, so we get flour with a little bit of water, and we're gonna mix it together, and we're gonna pour it in here. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of flour into about, I'd say like a half cup of water. Okay, I poured it in. Forgot to film that, but I poured it in there. I poured it in there now. We got the recipe. I think the next step is to pour the food in. But this looks a little bit runny, so I think I gotta cook it a little bit more until it thickens. So that cornstarch and stuff, it's just like sitting in the middle. It's gotta thicken. So after it thickens, I think it's thick. Yeah, it's thick now. Oh, it's thick. It's thick. It's really thick. So what you're gonna do is you put your chicken in there and cook it for like 3 minutes. I'm gonna cook it for longer because I ain't do the second fried thing. And this is also frying. If you put oil in here and just put some chicken in there, that's called, well, it's called grilling, but you know, it's still cooking. So add chicken in there now. And I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken in here, and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera. So just add some chicken. And this is the time when you add those seasonings I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I'm gonna give y'all a look. You see? Stir that up. And I will be back when it's done. I'll be back when everything is done. So, now we're gonna taste it. I'm gonna give you a look at it after I taste it, because I'm about to go eat it for dinner with family, so I'm not gonna do like a regular little outro and there's like a whole lot of going on. So, yeah, so I'm about to taste it. This is the General's cheese-sauce chicken. Here's how it looks. That tastes so good. Oh my god, it tastes so good. Anyway, don't forget to like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Okay, now I'm about to show you what it looked like. So this is what it looks like. I mean, shrimp fried rice on the side. And this is what the shrimp fried rice was cooking in: beer, water, seasonings, vegetables, you know, all the good stuff.